Funeral services are specific to every family, and cremation rates are rising in the United States. More people choose cremation over traditional burial services in the U.S. Funeral directors say they've seen this shift over the past 15 years. WIFR reporter Bria Walters talks with State Line Funeral Homes about the change.
State Line Funeral Homes cite three main reasons they're seeing families choose cremation over traditional burials. They say in the next 20 years, 80% of people will choose cremation.
It's just going to keep increasing. There are still traditional burials.
The median cost for a funeral with a viewing and a burial ranges from $5,000 to $10,000 in Illinois. Cremation is about half of that, and that's why so many families choose cremation according to experts.
There's a substantial amount of difference, probably about $4,500 difference between the two.
Sunberg Funeral Director Frank Bifolk says guidelines for cremation and religion changed, and that could be partly responsible for the shift.
When the church allowed it at the Second Vatican in the 1960s. So families have taken that upon themselves.
Bifolk also says families like the freedom they have with cremated remains.
They make jewelry out of them. They make all kinds of fascinating stuff that can be done with cremation.
Many funeral homes like Honquest put crematories on site so it doesn't have to use a third-party organization. Tim Honquest says it saves the families time and money.
It's nice for the family knowing that their loved one is here. They're not going to have to be brought to another third party where we turn them over to this facility. We're in control of everything here.
Bifolk says no matter what a family chooses, a funeral home's overall goal is to support their needs.
That does not affect funeral service, the type of disposition. What affects funeral service is if they're not going to do something for that loved one.
In Rockford, Bria Walters, WIFR News. Honquest mentioned scattering ashes in Illinois is illegal unless in a legally designated area of a cemetery or private property.
That's good to know. Thank you, Bria. And Sunberg is expecting to open its own crematory later this year to help support the needs of the community it supports and not have to use third-party organizations.